Hey everyone, in this video I'm going to highlight the financial progress for AT&T in its most recent quarter, and that's also going to reveal at least one green flag for AT&T stock investors. So let's get right into it, starting with revenues, which were up nearly 1% in the second quarter. Adjusted earnings per share, meanwhile, of 63 cents was compared to 65 cents in the same quarter last year. Why did earnings per share fall? Well, AT&T got lower DirecTV equity income. Remember, DirecTV divested, AT&T divested its DirecTV stake, but it got stock in the company in return. So it still experiences the ups and downs of DirecTV, even though it sold off the business because it didn't sell it for cash, it sold it for equity. Here's where the good news starts for AT&T. Cash flow from operations was 9.9 billion compared to 7.7 billion in the same quarter last year. Capital investments of 5.9 billion. These are things like investments in developing the 5G network, developing the fiber network. These capital investments are money that the company spends now, but it also expects to benefit from for several years down the line. So far this year, they've spent $12.4 billion on these types of capital investments. But the good news is that this reflects continued historically high levels of investments in 5G and fiber, but we expect to move past peak capital investment levels as we exit the year. So this will be the peak for investing in 5G, and it'll all be downhill from here, which will mean more cash is left over for investors. And that's in fact what management is saying. We expect our cash generation to accelerate from here, to accelerate. So if you thought $9.9 billion of cash from operations wasn't enough, it's only going to get better from here, according to AT&T management, which is really good news for AT&T stock investors. Finally, management said they're expecting free cash flow of about $11 billion for the remainder of 2023, and most of that will come in the fourth quarter. As it mentioned earlier, the capital investments decrease, and that leaves more cash flow available to shareholders. So great news for AT&T stock investors, definitely a green flag. And if you're invested in AT&T stock for the dividend, this is great news for you too, because that's more cash left over to pay the dividend, to make sure that dividend is secure, to prevent the likelihood of a dividend decrease or a dividend pause. So there you have it. But that's all I've got for this brief video. Thank you so much for watching. I want to thank the Motley Fool for sponsoring this video. Visit fool.com/Parkev for the 10 best stocks to buy now.